Check. So following on from the work we did yesterday, let's remember the vocabulary. The vocabulary is important because in this topic, we can have criterion C about using correct notation and vocabulary effectively, efficiently, and consistently. Therefore, you are going to have to remember and use the vocabulary of alternate interior angles, vertically opposite, complementary, supplementary, and corresponding. Okay? Now, yeah, so we're just going through the process of learning, but let's just check then. We need to know what they match. Okay, so alternate interior angles match with. Okay. They form Z angles. So I'm going to match that one with that one, and I'm going to put a little diagram because parallel lines with a line across. It looks like this, yeah? So I'd like you to add that to your diagram. Vertically opposite angles, so they do form X angles. Okay? So we can draw lines that intersect, and this one would be considered vertically opposite angles. Okay? Complementary angles. Right? Add up to 90, good. The complementary add up to 90, and we can draw our diagram. So if we draw a 90 and then we cut it, we know those two angles add up to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles, okay then? Add up to 180. So that's getting lots of lines at the moment, but so we would draw a straight line that is equal to 180 degrees and then draw a line through it, and that shows me supplementary. Am I right? Corresponding angles form F angles. So let's do up. Hard to follow my diagram. But again, I'm going to draw two parallel lines with the line going across, and the F angle is here and here. Okay? So my arrows for being parallel should be on there. Okay. So we did all of that last time. And we're using that information to help us write down other angles that we know. There's not an awful lot of calculating that needs to happen in this bit of the topic. Just what adds up to 180 and what adds up to 90. That's it, really. Okay. But where things start getting a bit more challenging is when you've got diagrams with lots of things going on together. Now, my advice, I'm going to let you get on with it. Some of you will struggle, but what you've got to do is try and pick out the bits that you can work out without worrying about whether you're getting the right answer yet. Right? Just start writing down what you know. So you probably will be able to do those two straight away, right? Yeah? Does anyone need me to go through these two with you? Or? Yeah? Okay. Well, I'll do this first one with you. Obviously, if you're happy and you don't need to, then you can do it silently on your own. If you're paying attention, I'll go through. So with these ones, I can see that I have parallel lines. All right? So I'm going to identify the parallel lines. So know that I'm looking at that. And then I've got a line that goes across them. What's that called, by the way? What is that line called? If these are two parallel lines, this line has a name. Okay? It's transversal. So when I do that, I am now looking for Z angles and F angles. So for instance, I look at the 74 that I know, and I say, right, is there a Z that I can help me find things. So if I look where that angle is and I go down, here is a Z. So that means A is going to be 74, because I know Z angles are equal. Okay? B, up here, these two, again going back to the 74, are what angles? B and 74 are considered vertically opposite. So I know B is also equal to 70. You don't have to work anything out, yeah. Finally, I know 74 and C are supplementary. Thank you, Mia. So I'm going to go, well, they add up to 180. So 180 minus 74 is 160. That's 160. Okay? Done them all. So you can probably use that to do the next one. No, this one out. Then it starts getting a bit more challenging, but you can still see that there are two parallel lines and a transversal. Doesn't look quite the same because everything seems to be at different angles, but we identify the parallel lines first. There is actually another transversal, another set of parallel lines in there, but I'm not going to start highlighting more, but there's lots going on in this one, and you have to kind of break it apart and break it down. So there's a lot, these ones are challenging because there's a lot of little things going on, and you have to try and kind of pull it apart, like the tetrominoes that you were just doing, the puzzle that goes together. You're going to try and break this apart into separate things and try and ignore the bits that are not worth looking at the time. All right? Pick out the bits that are useful to you. That's the process. That's why we did that kind of puzzly thing, to get your brain in the zone of putting things together, figuring out how it goes together. Right? Okay. I'll let you have a go, let you carry on. Feel free to just do, in all of the questions, just do any angles that you can do in all of them, and any that you can't figure out, you can come back to. Okay? Which is the other side of the and jet. So that is this is another V shape. And I know it's from the 45 also. See, I expect the brand. Yeah. Thanks. I think that's better than time. Try one thing, then stop. Well, that has a plan page. That has a plan. That means I'm doing. No, it's might be. I don't know. Best I don't. Not follow. If which is the back seat. Right. Yes. That's now down there. What you said us is I will try my best to talk you through. Are we all paying attention, or would you rather just carry on?
Carry on.
Some of you are finished, so that's not very good. And some of you seem to be struggling that you're now chatting. So, sorry. You say about carrying on. Are we actually going to carry on and do it, or should we go through some answers? Are we struggling? One person. I'm going.